We have Caitlin Clark making her USA Senior Camp debut. Caitlin Clark basketball slowly yet surely is creeping up on us. Can't wait.
The moment Caitlin Clark stepped onto the floor of Team USA Senior Training Camp, the world of women's basketball didn't just shift, it cracked open. This isn't a routine practice or a casual winter tune-up. This is the crucible where Olympic dreams are forged, where careers are redefined, and where the next generation of legends is selected under the unblinking gaze of... For Clark, this was more than a camp. This was the arena in which the trajectory of her career, and possibly the face of American basketball for years to come, would be determined. The December camp is not simply a training exercise. It is the defining moment that decides World Cup roles, Olympic rosters, and the identity of Team USA in the coming decade. To receive an invitation is already historic, but to step inside and perform? That is a career-altering event that few ever experience. Clark has been on a meteoric rise, captivating fans with jaw-dropping performances, redefining what it means to dominate the point guard position. And now she's taking her shot under the most intense spotlight imaginable. The timing could not be more electric. Women's basketball is undergoing a renaissance. Attendance is climbing, ratings are booming, and new superstars are reshaping the narrative every night. This is a sport in transformation, and Clark is arriving at the perfect storm. Team USA, aware of the power and influence of the modern athlete, is not just picking players. It is selecting leaders, voices, personalities, and global icons. And Clark embodies all of these qualities. Her presence at camp signals intent, belief, and the dawning of a new era. The stakes are impossible to overstate. Every athlete in the gym is elite. Every player there is accustomed to being the center of attention. But what sets Clark apart is the combination of skill, impact, and cultural resonance. She attracts eyes that were previously indifferent to women's basketball, turning casual viewers into devoted fans. She is part of a new generation of players whose charisma, competitiveness, and authenticity extend beyond highlight reels and into the very heart of the sports story. Team USA understands that this is about more than talent. They are building a brand, a dynasty, and a global identity, and they recognize that Clark is the spark capable of propelling that vision. Invitations to this camp are not given lightly. They are the result of meticulous evaluation, careful scrutiny of skill sets, personality, maturity, and the ability to thrive under pressure. With legends like Sue Bird guiding the next generation, expectations are higher than ever. The competition at camp is nothing short of brutal. Every participant knows the stakes. Every drill, every scrimmage carries weight, and the coaches are relentless in assessing who is prepared to carry the United States flag. For some, this camp is validation. For others, it is redemption. And for Clark, it is the moment she has been building toward her entire life. Media narratives and fan speculation have been heating up for months, pitting Clark against Wilson in a cultural tug-of-war. Every quote.
It's noise that I don't really listen to, honestly, because I'm in season. I have other things that we need to worry about than what other people have to say. I have a scout. I have 11 other minds on my team in my locker room that we got to make sure that we're on the same mindset. So I really can't give you the best answer on that because I really don't pay any attention to it. My goal is just to go out there and be the best that I can be for my teammates, both on and off the court, and we're going to go out there and be us.
Every social media interaction, every cryptic message has been dissected, magnified, and turned into fuel for a story that now explodes before the world. Clark's invitation and Wilson's omission transformed whispers into headlines. The optics are impossible to ignore. A young rising star entering the biggest opportunity of her life, while a seasoned MVP watches from the sideline. Fans debate, analyze, and speculate, and the narrative itself has taken on a life of its own. Wilson's supporters argue she is being overlooked unfairly. Clark's fans claim this is evidence of a generational shift. Neutral observers see a drama unfolding that feels almost cinematic in its intensity. Every step Clark takes in that gym will be measured, every dribble dissected, every shot scrutinized. This isn't about individual talent alone. It's about leadership, composure, and the ability to carry a team through the pressures of international competition. The gym is a pressure cooker, filled with elite athletes whose skills are world-class, whose ambitions are limitless. They are competitors, yes, but also collaborators, players who must learn to mesh in a system built for global dominance. For Clark, the challenge is twofold. She must showcase her brilliance while fitting into a team narrative bigger than herself, proving she is not just a star, but a cornerstone for the future of Team USA. Wilson's absence amplifies the tension. The media has spun narratives, fans have taken sides, and social platforms are ablaze with speculation. Every past interaction, every subtle slight or compliment is now interpreted through the lens of this pivotal moment. Clark's arrival shifts the conversation from what could have been to what is happening right now. A new era taking shape, a new leader emerging. The storylines that once centered on rivalry are now entwined with legacy, culture, and the weight of expectation. Every highlight Clark produces will not simply entertain. It will set the standard, define the narrative, and reshape the perception of what it means to wear the USA jersey. But this crucible is also a proving ground of character. Talent alone cannot carry a player through the physicality, the strategic complexity, and the international spotlight. Clark will be tested mentally, emotionally, and physically. She will face pressure that extends far beyond the hardwood. Pressure to inspire, to represent, to embody the ideals of a program with a proud history and an ambitious future. In this arena, history is not waiting. It is being written in real time. Every pass, every defensive stop, every deep three is a statement, a marker on the timeline of Team USA's next decade. Clark is not just participating, she is shaping that history. She is stepping into the fire, and in doing so, she is showing the world what it means to rise under pressure, to seize opportunity, and to transform expectation into legacy. Sue Bird, guiding this roster, is the embodiment of basketball intellect and strategic vision. A four-time Olympic champion and global icon, she understands the nuances of the international game better than almost anyone alive. Every name on the camp list serves a specific purpose. Every player represents a strategic piece in the puzzle Bird is assembling for Team USA. The December camp is where potential meets execution, where players are evaluated not just for scoring ability, but for leadership, adaptability, and resilience. It is a test of character, skill, and the capacity to thrive under the immense pressures of representing one of the most dominant sports programs. These evaluations go far beyond stats or highlight reels. They measure the ability to handle global expectations, to navigate elite competition, and to inspire teammates while performing at the highest level. This is where future gold medalists are identified, tested, and molded into leaders capable of carrying the torch for years to come. At the heart of this story is Caitlin Clark, whose invitation represents more than a roster spot. It is a declaration of trust, recognition, and strategic importance. Clark embodies the future of Team USA. Her on-court skills are unparalleled. Deep threes, court vision, fearlessness, and the gravitational pull she exerts over opposing defenses. But her off-court influence is equally formidable. Clark has elevated the visibility of women's basketball, boosted television rates, attracted sponsorships that were once out of reach, and created a cultural conversation that transcends the sport itself. She is a player who transforms ordinary games into must-watch events, whose presence alone reshapes narratives and captures attention on a global scale. Team USA sees in Clark a combination of skill, impact, and leadership that few can match. She is the bridge between dominance on the court and influence beyond it. International basketball today is about more than victory. It is about visibility, influence, and creating narratives that resonate worldwide. Clark represents the player who can carry these values. She commands attention in arenas from Istanbul to Madrid, attracting fans, media, and sponsors. Her presence extends the reach of American basketball while inspiring young athletes globally. She's a trendsetter, a cultural driver, and a figure whose influence amplifies the success of the national program beyond what statistics alone can. Team USA recognizes this unique value and has entrusted her with a responsibility that transcends points and rebounds. The responsibility of shaping the sport's international presence for a new generation. The roster surrounding Clark reflects a deliberate blend of youth, talent, and experience. Rising stars like Paige Buchers, Juju Watkins, Angel Reese, Cameron Brink, and Aaliyah Boston bring skill, energy, and potential to define the next decade of women's basketball. Veterans such as Kelsey Plum and Jackie Young provide leadership, mentorship, and stability, ensuring the young stars are guided while maintaining a culture of excellence. Yet among this stellar lineup, Clark is the focal point. She is the engine driving momentum, the storyline analysts highlight, and the player who commands attention from every angle. Her presence reshapes the dynamics of the roster, signaling a bold statement about Team USA's priorities and the future vision of the program. The drama intensifies with Wilson's reactions to Clark's rise. Her social media activity, posting signature shoes in response to Clark's historic Nike, sharing cryptic quotes, and interacting with posts questioning Clark's accolades, has fueled speculation and added intrigue to the narrative. These actions, whether intentional or subconscious, have been interpreted as a response to Clark's spotlight, amplifying the tension and drama surrounding the Wilson, a proven MVP and champion, now faces a turning point in her career narrative. Every move she makes is analyzed in the context of this evolving story, and the decisions she takes in the coming months will carry immense weight, shaping her legacy and public perception. Clark, meanwhile, steps into this environment with a singular focus. She is not merely competing for a roster spot. She is competing to cement her place in history. Her game is electrifying, her presence commanding, and her potential limitless. The December camp at Duke University is more than a proving ground. It is the stage on which the next era of American women's basketball will be written. Every pass, shot, and defensive play is a brushstroke in a story that will be remembered for years. Her ability to elevate teammates, carry the load under pressure, and perform on the world stage positions her as a cornerstone of Team USA's strategy for international dominance and cultural influence. The stakes extend far beyond the court. Clark's presence affects youth participation, inspires aspiring athletes, and influences media narratives around the sport. She is not just a player. She is a catalyst for growth, a figure who brings attention and legitimacy to women's basketball in ways that few others can. Team USA's leadership recognizes that to maintain global dominance, the program must cultivate players capable of winning games and driving cultural engagement. As the camp unfolds, the narrative will continue to build. Each scrimmage, each drill, and each evaluation carries consequences for Clark, Wilson, and every athlete present. The storyline of a rising star stepping into the spotlight while an established MVP watches from the sidelines is compelling, cinematic, and emotionally charged. It is a story of generational transition, opportunity, and the pressures inherent in elite sports. Clark's journey symbolizes the future, the promise of a new era, and the evolution of women's basketball from the domestic stage to global prominence. When the camp concludes, the roster selections, performances, and interactions will define not just Team USA's strategy, but the narrative of a decade. Clark's ability to navigate pressure, command attention, and elevate the team will cement her place as the centerpiece of this transformation. Her influence on fans, media, and global perception of women's basketball underscores her importance beyond individual accolades. She represents a fusion of skill, charisma, and cultural relevance that is unmatched in the current land. Every eye is on her, every expectation is magnified, and every moment counts. This is the story of Caitlin Clark at the precipice of greatness. The torch is being passed. The future is being written. Every fan, analyst, and fellow athlete watching this December camp will witness a defining chapter in the evolution of American women's basketball. Clark is not just competing, she is making history. The narrative of the rising star versus the established MVP, of talent meeting opportunity, of influence shaping legacy, unfolds before us. What happens next will not only define careers, but could reshape the sport itself. In stepping into Team USA senior training camp, Clark is not just chasing a roster spot. She is stepping into history, carrying the hopes of fans, the vision of the program, and the future of a sport poised for transformation. But stepping into history is never easy. Every movement on the court, every decision in the heat of competition will be scrutinized, analyzed, and debated by fans, media, and even her peers. This is the reality of being the player chosen to represent the future of Team USA, the one who carries not just a basketball, but the hopes, dreams, and attention of an entire sport. Caitlin Clark's shoes are not just her own. They're the shoes that will set the pace for the next era of women's basketball. Each dribble echoes beyond the hardwood, reaching living rooms, arenas, and screens around the world. The weight of expectation is immense, and yet Clark steps forward with the confidence of someone who knows that greatness is not given. It is earned, claimed, and proven time and time again. The scrutiny intensifies when you consider what she's up against. The camp is filled with talent, young stars eager to prove themselves, and veterans whose careers have already been defined by championships, MVP awards, and international success. Every teammate is a potential rival, every drill a test of composure and skill. And while the world watches Caitlin, Wilson's absence serves as a dramatic backdrop to the narrative. Wilson's reactions, her cryptic social media posts, her subtle challenges, all of it adds fuel to the story unfolding at Duke University. Clark is stepping into a stage framed not only by opportunity, but by rivalry, expectation, and history. The stakes are higher than any single game, higher than any regular season performance. This is about legacy. This is about shaping the face of an entire sport. Clark's influence extends far beyond the hardwood. She is redefining what it means to be a global ambassador for women's basketball. With every highlight reel, every viral moment, she draws new fans, inspires young athletes, and forces the world to pay attention. She doesn't just play the game. She elevates it, transforms it, and challenges the status quo. In her hands, basketball is not just a sport. It is a statement, a movement, and a symbol of what the next generation can achieve.